Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and I believe it is about the time to update my opinion about the Tornvagn. I believe quite some of you saw it is rated as a bad in the index page, and I got a lot of messages, but Skill, how dare you to rate this tank as a bad vehicle? What is wrong with you? It is amazing. Fellas, I stand by my opinion, and I've asked a lot of people what do they think about this tank overall, and like 70 to 80% of the people are thinking this tank is garbage. It is just simply bad vehicle. And I must admit, I think literally the same thing, fellas. Lately I played with this tank for many games. For 143 battles, I barely managed to get 2,500 damage and 500 assisting damage. It is not a great score for me, considering I had a bond equipment and I was spamming full gold for pretty much most of the time with this vehicle. Maybe minus 50 games I wasn't using the top equipment. Now, Skill, please tell us what is bad about this tank. Or maybe let's start from the good things, okay? What is good about this tank? You can play hold down. Against the tanks who doesn't have very good penetration. If people are shooting gold in the tier 9, tier 10, they will shred you through the turret even if you are using your gun depression. It's just how it goes, at least that's what I noticed. For example, I'm at E4, pooh! Straight in the turret and it is game over. So this is very worth thing to mention. Now, that's it. This is only one good thing. Turret armor. Hull is kind of made out of paper. Whenever you are side scrapping with this tank sideways, you can easily, I repeat, easily get penetrated here. And if you haven't tried that to do that yourself, try to shoot here. You will track the tank and do damage in the same time. And the most important thing, actually almost most important thing, it's slow. Arta is splashing you for a lot of damage. I got penetrated by the Arta as well with this tank multiple times. By saying penetrated is not splash. It is penetration T92, for example, minus 1000 damage. And once again, gun. I mean, I'm trying to describe the feelings, how do I feel with this tank, but the gun is made in China. With all respect for factories in China, but this one is bloody broken, okay? And listen, I would love to say something nice, but I just simply can't. It was boring to play, it was disgusting gaming experience itself, and it was boring, okay? It was just boring. How would I fix the tank? I do not know, fellas. I truly don't know, but there is something wrong with the vehicle. This is one trick pony. You sit hold down in Studzanki map, you know where you have the hill there, and when you show only turret, that's only one play. And you are hoping someone will peek against you, because if not, you are going to stay there forever and ever. And I truly wanted to describe my opinion about this tank, and I truly wanted to say this straight in the face, it is not a good vehicle, in my humble opinion. And please, fellas, please, share your opinion, what do you think about this tank? I believe it is a fact, it is not enjoyable to mark this tank. Everyone knows that. I'm not even speaking about this. It is just boring tank to play with as well. That's what I am trying to say. It is not enjoyable tank. It can be powerful in certain situations, but in most cases you will sit hold down and you won't be able to do anything. Even on Himmelsdorf Hill, you are sitting hold down, and if no one is speaking against you, what to do then? And what to do then, you know? Anyways, I want to show those rare games when stars will be aligned, and when you are going to get a lot of use, and when you will say tuksh, 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 when you will dance and when you will be happy, okay? I have 3 games prepared for you, 3 awesome games prepared for you with this tank. But keep this in mind, it's not going to happen all the time, okay? When we have this out of the way, let's teleport into the game. And we are back in the action. This battle is hands down the best game I ever had with this vehicle, okay? It is going to be a long game, so prepare for cookies, prepare maybe some popcorns, get yourself a tea. This is the best game I had with this tank. Keep this in mind, I am running bond equipment on this tank, and I'm spamming the full gold because obviously I was trying to mark this vehicle as soon as possible, and I need to figure out how the tank is performing on the maximum configuration. And jokes aside, I would rather play with a T-34. I'm not joking, fellas. I would rather play with a T-34, and T-34 is very far away from being a decent tank, right? Or good tank, I suppose to say. And now, everything is fine when the tank is working, but as you can see, you are bouncing the side of the IS-6 with your awesome gun. It is definitely worth thing to mention and to highlight. My trick for every single of you, if you are playing with this tank, don't snapshot. Never, ever in your life think about snapshotting. Just try to aim fully and cross your fingers and hope you are going to hit. And I'm not only one who is thinking this, who has the opinion about this tank in this way. I spoke with quite a bit of people. I saw other content creators playing with this tank, and this is definitely simply one trick pony. Play, hold down, and hope for the best in a way, right? Speaking about the one thing which I want to say here, fellas, why we are retreating from this situation and from this position and what is happening. Simple math, fellas. Amount of the guns. We have 4 guns here plus me, and our guns do not have that much hit points whatsoever. So I simply made a decision to kind of escape from here, because if I will get caught in the open field, it is a game over, my friends. It is truly game over, and this is not going to be fun. So I am just trying to run for my life at this point. One more thing extremely important to highlight: since you do not have very good gun handling and you have a bad DPM, it is bad combination of the things. For example, 274 has quite bad gun handling, but at least you have DPM. I'm speaking about the Russian medium tank, premium one, right? With this tank, it is a bit different situation, and this is important to highlight, my friends. It truly is. So, anyways, pay attention what kind of situation we have. This is a perfection for this tank. You can't get better situation than this. You cannot. Even though we do not really have that much support. Speaking about the sniper schnitzels, what we have hold down, and we have a bit of the distance between me and enemies. So what that basically means, whenever enemies will try to make pressure, they're kind of afraid to take one for the team from my side, right? And this is very good thing, and that's what I want enemies to be afraid of. This is completely fine. Okay. Meanwhile, our Tornvagn is saying, come on, Skill win this game alone. I am dancing a bit because I noticed the IS-6 is dancing as well, so I always show solidarization with other baboons, and if I see the person who raised the gun, I won't shoot the person for obvious reasons. And look at this. This is perfection, fellas. This is pretty much ideal. This is a game out of the magazine cover or something. This is how it looks like. We are holding all enemy forces here, and we are just chilling. We are enjoying ourselves, and we are having a best time. And see, even though the distance is 200 meters, I still miss my shots. Even if I'm fully aiming with a full gold setup. Fellas, my aim is not bad here, but as you can see, everything is just going into the shithole in a way, and I would love to say I could change something here, but I cannot. And this is very good highlight. Remember, fellas, this is a top configuration of the tank. Bond ventilation, bond stabilizer and bond rammer, or maybe rotation mechanism. I can't even remember exactly. Yeah, this is the thing. And now you can see the strength of the Tornvagn. When Tornvagn is sitting fully hold down, you don't need to have your brain with dealing with a Tornvagn. At least not to shoot him in the face if you are equal tier. If you are a higher tier, if you have 300 plus penetration, you will shred this tank either way. If you do not have the situation, if you don't have a very good gold ammunition, you are trying to flank them, right? And this is exactly what we are doing. Pay attention, I peeked from the 100 meters distance and I still aim it. I aim it pretty much to the maximum, as much as I physically and possibly could, because otherwise this would be a miss. And once again, other than that, if the tank is not hull down, you cannot expect to have any armor whatsoever. So IS6 danced with us before, and I am thinking, no, are you up for a dance? And look at this, I even raised my PP, and I am ready to dance with this gentleman. I am paying attention at the Tornvagn, and look at this. I raised the gun and I am dancing with IS6, and IS6 is saying, wait a sec, mate, I thought you were a baboon. Fake baboon, fellas, I repeat, fake baboon. Well, what can I say? Very, very, very not nice. How could you? Obviously, jokes aside, everything is fine. He's playing his game. He danced with me before, and this is all right. Meanwhile, we have Lova in the side, and we can obviously deal with the Lova just because we can craft a cooldown for ourselves. Beautiful. Very nice. Okay, fellas. 4,000 damage, 1,000 assisting damage, 5,000 combined game. This is absolutely amazing, and this is a great score, right? You can say whatever you want. This is looking pretty damn good. Plus, on top of that, we have Object, who is making sure he will defend from the invasion of the enemies, and this is great. Look at this. Aim, 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 aim. Fully aim it, fellas. You cannot say absolutely anything. We hit the shot. Hey! I know we had games when I was missing like 10 shots in a row, and whenever we are hitting a shot, our chat say, hey, look at this beautiful, beautiful hit, hey, amazing. And I'm not joking, I truly mean it, fellas. I truly mean it. This is how bad gun handling is. Even though on the paper it looks relatively fine and everything's supposed to be good with this tank. I am concerned about Vaza 1 FT flanking us for obvious reasons, right? I'm concerned about him. But it is okay. In the same time, I would love to beat the living crap out of the Su. I am trying to peek against him, obviously, and that wasn't the best peek ever, okay? I cannot complain whatsoever about this. It was just simply a silly goose decision by me. I'm trying to find a blind shot to Charioteer, maybe, but unfortunately it is not the case. Now I am double checking. Maybe this was made a decision to go like this. Maybe he did. Let's see. As you can see, he didn't. Good. What that means for us? That means for us we can try to play against enemies to 1:30 PM. Maybe we can hit this Charioteer. I would love to do so. Scorpion, watch this. Fully aimed shot, fellas. Hit to the Su. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I know we would reload in the same time, but I don't really care about him. I want to highlight the Scorpion shot. Fully aimed shot. Fully aimed shot. This is the problem of this tank, my friends. This is the problem of this tank, and this is what I'm highlighting. Everything would be fine if the gun would be a bit better, but this is a strength of the vehicle as well. Look at this. For example, Vaza is trying to make pressure for us. I am sitting hold down, I just smacked him in the face, and now we are showing only turret. And this guy is going, and this guy is trying to penetrate us, right? Not the smartest thing by this gentleman's side, and nothing what you can do about this. Since you are so clunky with this tank, it is hard for you to flank tank destroyer. And believe me, I recently played with this tank destroyer, and I know this tank destroyer is not top dog on the field. Speaking about agility and how agile their tank is, and still I pretty much got outflanked by him in a way, right? Skill, you wasn't using turbo, yeah, that's true, but honestly did not notice any difference whatsoever with the turbo, and whenever, even if you would be, let's say, couple of kilometers per hour faster, but if you cannot hit anything, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you cannot hit anything, what is the point? What is the point to be a bit faster if your gun handling is becoming even worse than it is now, right? So this is the main reason why I did not use a turbo. So yeah, anyways, relax, take it easy, life is beautiful. So what we want to do, we want to obviously try to eliminate Scorpion from the game. Fingers crossed, hopefully things will go in our way, how we want things to go. And I'm not thinking about making pressure towards the Scorpion. It's just simply not worth it. It's way too risky. I am just waiting until this gentleman will try to go back, or he will try to escape towards the Alpha 5 position. I know it is just simply not worth for us to make pressure. It truly isn't, fellas. It isn't. So, once again, let's take our time and wait. And I'm thinking, yeah, he's going to go back. There is no way this guy is not going to go back. As you can see, I was waiting for him, and we have a very, very nice shot. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Meanwhile, our Jeff is not really happy, and he is calling people debiles. Well, what can I say, fellas? Just casual World of Tanks experience, right? But it's not about that. Scorpion, he's running from the Tiger, and he is exposing himself to us, and this is the best game I had with this time, period. But everything was in our line. All stars were aligned. Enemies were making silly goose mistakes. They did not make pressure for us. Gun handling was working 50-50 into the good side, to be fair with you. Yeah, we missed shit ton of shells by any means, but still it worked relatively fine. So yeah, madness. I have a couple of more games for you, fellas, with this tank, and you will see that yourself how this tank is behaving. And those are the games, the best games with this tank. Best of the best, fellas. So keep this in mind. Anyways, let's teleport to the round number 2. And we are back, fellas. So this is a round number 2, second best damage game with this tank, period. And look at the combination of the things. We are top tier, we are in Ensk. The loadout which we have on this tank is full bond equipment, pretty much full gold spam apart one Pyrosami, which we are usually using to sacrifice, and pay attention how the things will go. I am being super duper hyper turbo aggressive here. I am not even thinking about slowing down. The main reason why, because we have a worthful opponents, a X65T in the enemy team. Yeah, I believe you understand the sarcasm, right? Yeah, fellas. Hashtag never lucky. Anyways, everything is Gucci, everything is fine. We will try to make it work, and for sure we will. I am not thinking about slowing down, I am thinking about playing aggressively, and you saw that snapshot. I am not making this shit up. I'm not trying to make this tank to look worse than it actually is. This is not my intention. Believe me, it is not my intention. I knew this guy was sitting here, but unfortunately we missed the shot. And it was quite we aimed the shot pretty well, to be fair with you. Meanwhile, we are spotting this light tank. Luckily, we are finishing him off, which is very, very nice. And against the lower tiers, this armor is actually somehow decent even on the open field. But this game was one of the first games for me with this tank. It was probably top 10 game, I would say. Do we have... No, not really. We have the first mark of excellence. So that means in the first day or two we were playing with this tank. Because if I'm not mistaken, in the first day I got it up to 50% mark of excellence, and second day definitely definitely we got up to first mark of excellence. So I assume this is the case. Anyways, it is not about that. It doesn't really matter. Meanwhile, we are taking our time to aim, and we are hitting this gentleman. But pay attention against what kind of opponents we are fighting. We are fighting against the T-20 who is shooting the standard ammunition. So what we are even talking about, fellas? You see how lucky we were in this matchmaking. And it's worth to highlight. And even though we are playing in Ensk and the distance between me and enemies is extremely close, okay? The distance is absolutely, oh, it's touchable. I can touch them. It is still, the gun handling is still not the best and not even close for being decent, as strong as it sounds. Anyways, relax, take it easy, we have some time left. All we need to do, we need to have our eyes widely open and we need to punish enemies. I decided to go for a snapshot here, or semi-snapshot. That worked out just well for us. And this is great situation. Once again, we are dealing against the opponents who cannot do absolutely anything for us, and I am very flabbergasted in this game. I'm extremely happy and I am thinking, yes, at least once this tank can do something. This is how I was feeling like. If you are wondering what is the role of this, what is the alpha damage of this tank, it is 400. Skill for how much you roll at this guy? Yeah, for 320. And I believe if we have some people from the live streams, I believe you know how much I love this tank and you know how this tank behaved whenever we were playing with this vehicle on the daily basis, and when we are trying to make this tank work, right? So you know I am not exaggerating, you know I am not trying to tank look worse than it actually is. I just want to spread awareness about this tank, and it's not fun tank to play for me, at least personally. It is not fun tank to do the things, and it is not that great of the vehicle itself. Meanwhile, we are finishing Cromwell, hip hip hooray, and we are sitting on 4.2 thousand damage already. This is looking like a dream come true, fella, speaking about this game, don't you think so? We are hitting mods for 400 in the face, that's very great, and enemies still have 6000 HP left. So to be fair with you, if everything would go well, we could get like 4000 or so, right? Speaking about our performance. But once again, it is not so simple, because DPM of this vehicle, it is very hard to cash out with this tank in the last moment of the games. Since your DPM is not that great, even if, let's say, there is some tanks like T-77, for example. If there is 2 enemies left in the end, you can clip them out and you still will have a decent performance. With this tank, you need to be involved, engaged, and everything pretty much from the start of the game. Otherwise, you are not going to have game like this, you know? You simply won't have this. Unless you will have the situation like massive carry like we had in the previous round, which you seen yourself. Anyways, all we need to do now, we need to start eliminating process, and we need to beat the living crap out of the enemies. Defender is dead, hip hip hooray. 80-15 do not really have any hit points whatsoever, so at this point, I do not really need to go towards this gentleman. And also one more thing, pay attention, this tank is turning like a boat. It truly does. I feel like I am a bloody captain of Titanic. I feel like I came back to the Navy once again, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. And if you are familiar with ships, you know, even though if you are going to turn the wheel, or however to say this, it will take some time until the ship will start turning. So pretty much same situation goes for a Tornvagn. You can try to click to go to the side, you are clicking go to the side, but it is taking forever and ever. Anyways, let's take our time. Our Russian light tank killed MX-65T, that's great. And now I am begging to have a nice angle for this T-34. I aim at 100% fully. 100% fully aim. Luckily, we are hitting this gentleman in the ass, in the side, beautiful, and that's how we are finishing our game. 7 minutes game, but we were involved from literally the first moment, and we were destroying lower tiers. How good this game is, Skill? Well, there is nothing to be proud of. But in the same time, I need to show the game like this, and to show this is the matchmaking which you are begging to see. That's what you want to see. And last but not least, game incoming. And we are back for a last game. This is the last game we played with this vehicle. As you can see, I ditched Pirosami, I ditched AP shells or standard ammunition, and I left everything with only gold. And it was a journey, okay? At this point, we was on the 94.9%, so all we need to do like 3,500 and we are done. And this is one of those rare battles when the gun was actually behaving like a human, okay? This is how it felt like. Gun was doing job, heavy lifting, and everything went well. And plus on top of that, I met quite a lot of clueless gentlemen as well, who are playing on the weekends maybe, or who are playing World of Tanks rarely, so they are enjoying themselves while going through the middle of the field. And this is what you need for a perfect receipt with this tank. So what is my goal? My goal is to take hold down position, and first victim of ours is Eagle. Pay attention at the rolls of this game. Majority of the shots we are going to hit, they are going to be high rolls. And the gun is actually going to behave very, very well, and this is a pleasure to watch. If this vehicle would behave like this all the time, I would even put this tank into the good category, but I can't. I just simply cannot, my friends. I apologize. I had way too much of the horrible experience with this tank, and I can't rate the tank good just because once in 10 games you are going to have a decent performance. This is not very good. I cannot peek sideways because obviously he is going to penetrate us, and I do not want to do that. I want to be smart, you know. We need to be patient, and we need to wait until enemies will mess up. That's the whole idea, and that's the whole goal, my friends. It truly is. I just noticed the game sound is quite loud. Uno momento, let me fix it. I apologize for that if it was a bit too loud speaking about this video. I'm sorry, fellas. Because recently we had a platoon with Daki, so I increased the volume of the sound quite a bit. Okay, I move it 10 decibels lower, so I hope it is not it wasn't too annoying for this game. Anyways, everything is Gucci, life is beautiful. We hit the EBR. Can you imagine? We hit EBR, fellas, and we even high roll it, which is pretty damn impressive. Although we got penetrated by the 122 TM, but it doesn't really change absolutely anything. At this point, we had usually when we are getting closer to get Mark of Excellence, we are having predictions in the chat, right? People can vote. We are going to get the Mark of Excellence, or we won't get Mark of Excellence. And the people who voted against me, aka I'm not going to get Mark of Excellence on, they were already yelling, this is rigged matchmaking, and this is my father who is working in wargaming, right? This is how it looks like. Anyways, everything is Gucci. How about this Su? Let's take our time, and we are hitting him. It is insane how good this gun handling worked on this game, fellas. It is truly insane. Can we finish him off? Yes, we can, because gun handling is definitely not broken in this game, and we have 3000 already. At this point, people are saying, one more shot, one more shot, one more shot. Pretty much this is to finish our Mark of Excellence journey, and we are going for it. Obviously, we are going for it, and we are saying, give me one of those, please. There is a Borat who is trying to escape, and all I need to do, I need to wait until someone will mess up. That's all I need to do. And speaking about messing up, 122 TM. Meanwhile, we are hitting Borat. We got it, fellas. Mark of Excellence done. GG, finito. That's absolutely amazing. And all we need to do, we need to finish this game. And I know at this point, I am feeling extremely well. I know I do not need to play with this vehicle anytime soon. I am picking against 122 TM because I know this guy has extremely slow reload time, but obviously he's hitting us in the face for 400. Doesn't really change anything because I am going to penetrate him anyways, and we are sitting on the 4000 already. Now you will see a gentleman who is going to panic quite a bit by seeing Tornvagn. Maybe he thinks this tank is broken or something, you never know. But soon you will figure out exactly why am I saying so. I am thinking about going for a base defense because I have a suspicion enemies will try to cap the base, and surprise, enemies are capping the base. I am afraid of the T-30 for obvious reasons, and Borat trying to aim fully, and we truly did, since Borat did not move it left, right and center. Luckily we managed to finish him off, and now at this point I am hoping we are going to have someone who will go together with us for a base defense. Oh well, I wish to say this would be the case. I am thinking Scorpion is capping the base, to be fair with you. That's what I am thinking when I am playing the live battle. I am asking Panther to help for us, and looking into the maxi map, he is moving. Fellas, he is moving, but you know what is a bad thing? He's not moving to the base the capture. He is going in front and he doesn't give a flying F about anything. So at this point I know it is on us and it is on our Jeff. Meanwhile T-30 is speaking. I'm thinking this is game over, and luckily for us T-30 completely messed up. Now pay attention at our Jeff, fellas. Our Jeff have no fear whatsoever. He is doing some heavy lifting, okay? He is spotting for our team, and luckily Tortoise saved his butt. Now watch this. This is a strategy which is working extremely well against the tank destroyers. Whenever tank destroyer is peeking around the corner, try, instead of going backwards, you know, you can try to go on the tank destroyer and you can try to yell. This is what you can do, and this is the situation. I know he's going in front, I'm going towards him and I'm yelling. And luckily for us, this gentleman panicked a bit, and he hit our gun, which is absolutely amazing, and this is very good. And all we need to do, we need to finish him off. A beautiful game, fellas. Call me dirty, but once again, gun handling in this battle was behaving extremely well, and everything was Gucci. And there is only one way how we can finish this battle, if you would ask me. After that much pain, after suffering, after 150 battles to play with a tank which I couldn't stand mentally and physically and everything, I am thinking how to get a bit more use here. So as you can see, there is Vaza. I am trying to get gun depression. Luckily we did. And I am thinking about some style points, fellas. I am thinking about some style points. I'm prepared. I am thinking about it. I am getting auto aim on, and I am missing shot. I can't blame tank here, I can blame only myself. And in the end of the day, fellas, we are feeling great. We have done absolutely everything perfectly and ideally, and we can't forget about this vehicle overall. And luckily for us, our team is obviously carrying the game because only one Arta was alive. So that was my journey with this tank, and fellas, I am feeling emotionally wasted of playing with this tank, believe me. Anyways, let's teleport into the scoreboard. Let's go. And we are back, fellas, with a scoreboard. So the very first awesome carry, it was truly amazing. Solid ace, top gun, steel wall, a high caliber, 6.4 thousand damage, 2000 base experience, 1.5 thousand assisting damage, and we got 138,000 profits. Considering I was spamming gold, that's not bad. After that, we had Ensk battle. It was on the 8th of December, so pretty much when the tank came out. 1.8 base experience, 6.3 thousand damage, 100 assisting damage, 145,000 profits. And last but not least, we had the last battle with this tank, and I'm not going to look into this tank again anytime soon. Ace, third mark of excellence, Top Gun, high caliber defender, 5.6 thousand damage, 1,000 assisting damage, 1.7 base experience, and 148,000 profits. So Skill, what do you think about this tank? Do you think it's good or not? Yeah, fellas, I love it. This is the best tank in the world of tanks, and I would highly recommend you to gamble in order to get this tank. When we have this out of the way, I love you all. See you next time. Skill is out for today. Peace.